Hello friends, welcome to CSS tutorial. In the last video we got introduced to box, and in this video we will learn about box padding. So in this specific video we will be padding the content, and we will also learn what is the meaning of padding inside the CSS box. We already know the padding sets gap between actual HTML element and edges of the border. So if you look at here, this is the padding. So we can call this as a top padding, this one. Similarly, other side will come into picture. This is bottom. Left side padding. Right side padding. So by setting the padding, we can set the distance between the HTML element and the border. By default, the border will be 0 and hence invisible. So if we want to make the border visible, we can set a border with a different width. The padding can be set using the properties: padding top, padding left, padding right, and padding bottom. So beside is the example. If you see here, we set padding tab as 25 pixel, padding left as 100 pixel, right as 100 pixel, and bottom as 25 pixel. So we can also use a shorthand of padding, and we can specify all in one line with a space. We can experiment this padding easily by setting the background color for a HTML element, as it is applied to padding as well. So once you apply background color, it will be applied to the padding as well. So that way we can easily check how padding works. So here if you see, this is the content of the HTML element, and when you apply the background, it will be applied to the padded area as well. Alright, now let's go to the demo and see how padding is working. So here we already created a HTML file, and if you look here itself we see margin, border, padding, and the actual content of the HTML. Alright, let's close this, and I already set a auto refresh for the page. Here we have the initial HTML content, and if you see, we simply have a paragraph and we have a class called pad. So we will start adding the pad class inside this style class. For now, let us save the HTML content, and you can see the paragraph is appearing here. So in the downloadable code, we will be providing you the HTML. In the downloadable code, we will be providing you the HTML, and style content you can add manually, as there are very less number of code for that. So we will add a background color for the paragraph. So you already know the property. The property name is back color, and in the selector we are just specifying paragraph. So background color orange. So that means we already have a paragraph that is displayed here, and now we will apply a background color for it. Let me save the content. And you can see the paragraph is applied with a background color. Right now, the content here is, this is the content, and the element is a paragraph. So now let us look at the padding property of the box. So as already told, each element is treated by a CSS as a box. So here it is a box. Within a box, a content is displayed, and the content is nothing but the paragraph content. Of course, there is one more box, the body. So that's also a display element, right? So there is a box that is contained by one more box called paragraph, and the content of the paragraph is shown here or highlighted here. And we set a background image, background color as orange. Now let's define a tag called p dot, here is the pad, right? We will use that. P, you can use uppercase or lowercase, whatever you want. Here I am just using tag as uppercase, and the class name is pad. So here we are using the padding top of 25 pixel. Now once I save the content, you will see a gap between the background color box and the top portion. Here we haven't yet defined the border. So let me save, and you can see the gap spans from the invisible border. So now 25 pixel is added towards the top of the box content. So that's the padding content. The same way we can add padding on left as well as right as well as bottom. So once I save the content, you can see the padding will be applied on all four edges. Or for now, let me cut down these two. I will save it, and if you see this time, padding left is added with 100 pixel, and when I use padding right as 100 pixel, if space is not available, the paragraph may go in a two line. Let us save this and see how it behaves. And if you see, there is a gap on both sides, left side as well as right side. And right side you may be seeing a lot of gap. It's because of the width. So if I expand this browser window, you will be seeing more gap because the paragraph here is by default left aligned. So the left aligned paragraph, that's why you will be seeing, and if you expand this, you may be seeing more space here. Alright, now let's go ahead with the bottom 25 pixel. At present, if you see, the text is touching the bottom edge, right? So if we apply a border, it will come touching the letter P and G here. So let me click save so that we will add some more space in the bottom as well. So if you see, that's the use of padding. So the padding can be applied to any HTML element, and here we simply used a paragraph and applied the padding. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.